One BMW was so beautiful it attracted Elvis, Fred Astaire, and a Prince of Monaco, and nearly destroyed the company. BMW lost money on every single one. Mercedes-Benz was hours away from buying them out and erasing the badge forever. But this is also the company that humiliated Ferrari on the Autobahn. That survived extinction with a bubble car. That built the most controversial grille in history and dared the world to hate it. This is every BMW ever made, born from the ashes. BMW 3/15 Dixie, BMW's first car, and it wasn't even a BMW. Bankrupt and desperate, BMW bought a struggling German factory in 1928 just to get its hands on one thing: a license to copy a British Austin 7, a 748 cubic centimeter inline-4, 15 horsepower, 50 miles per hour, assembled from imported British parts with metric fasteners because German mechanics couldn't read imperial tools. Over 18,000 units sold during the Great Depression. BMW didn't design it, didn't engineer it, just put their badge on it and survived. Without this shameless copy, there is no M3, no kidney grille, no ultimate driving machine. There is nothing. BMW 303. The car that gave BMW its face and its soul. Just 4 years after the Dixie, it introduced two things that would define the brand forever: the kidney grille and the inline-6 engine. A 1.2-litre straight-six, 30 horsepower, 56 miles per hour. One of the smallest six-cylinder engines ever built, in one of the cheapest six-cylinder cars in Germany. Only 2,300 units built in 2 years. What nobody talks about. BMW's own coachwork was initially built by Daimler-Benz, BMW's greatest rival, because BMW didn't have their own body shop. The kidney grille that now sells millions of cars was first bolted on by the competition. BMW's greatest rival built their greatest icon. BMW 328, the car that showed up to its first race the day before anyone knew it existed and won. A 2.0-litre inline-6, 80 horsepower, 830 kilograms. No supercharger when every rival needed one. In 1937 alone, it accumulated over 100 class victories. Then, in 1940, it won the Mille Miglia outright at an average speed of 166.7 kilometers per hour, a record that can never be broken because the race never ran on closed roads again. Only 464 ever built. After World War II, British engineers stole the blueprints from the bombed BMW factory and used them to build the Bristol 400. The greatest pre-war BMW became the foundation of a British car. BMW didn't just win the Mille Miglia, they accidentally invented a competitor, BMW Isetta, the car that saved BMW, and it wasn't even their idea. With Mercedes-Benz hours away from buying them out, BMW licensed a bubble car design from an Italian refrigerator manufacturer named Isetta. A 298 cubic centimeter single-cylinder motorcycle engine, 13 horsepower, 53 miles per hour. The entire front of the car was the only door, steering wheel included. In a crash, there was no way out except through the fabric roof. BMW sold over 161,000 units anyway. The company that would one day build the M3 survived because of a glorified refrigerator on wheels. Nobody at BMW likes to talk about that. BMW 507, the most beautiful disaster BMW ever built. A 3.2-litre V8, 150 horsepower, 137 miles per hour, hand-formed aluminum body, priced at $10,500 when BMW promised it would cost $5,000. They lost money on every single one. Elvis Presley bought one during his military posting in Germany, painted it white to avoid fans, then gave it away to actress Ursula Andress when she complained about the color. Only 254 units built. Today, Elvis's car alone is worth $9 million. The Roadster that nearly erased BMW gave it something no accountant could manufacture: a soul. The ultimate driving machine is born. BMW 1500 New Class. The sedan that gave BMW its identity and saved it from extinction. A 1.5-litre inline-4 80 horsepower, $4,800. But the engineering underneath was revolutionary. McPherson struts up front, independent semi-trailing arm rear suspension, and an overhead camshaft M10 engine so well designed it stayed in production until 1990. It introduced the Hofmeister kink, that distinctive rear window curve still on every BMW today. BMW generated 25,000 pre-orders before a single car left the factory. In 1963 alone, sales jumped 47%. The M10 engine later became the foundation for the 2002, the M3, and the entire M division. BMW didn't just build a sedan, they built the blueprint for everything that followed. BMW 2002, the car that invented a segment and almost didn't exist. A New York importer named Max Hoffman told BMW they were leaving money on the table. BMW's answer: drop a 2.0-litre inline-4 into their smallest two-door body. 100 horsepower, 107 miles per hour, 960 kilograms, $2,850. Car and Driver called it one of the 10 best cars in the world. The German press nicknamed it the Flüstern Bomb, the whispering bomb, because it could cruise quietly and then explode when the road opened up. Nearly 400,000 units built. Every sports sedan ever made. The 3 Series, the Audi S4, the Mercedes C63, traces its DNA directly to this car. One importer's phone call changed automotive history. BMW 2002 Turbo, Europe's first turbocharged production car, launched the same week the 1973 oil crisis began. A 2.0-litre inline-4, 170 horsepower, 130 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 6.9 seconds. BMW's own engineers later admitted they had built a car that contradicted the spirit of the era like no other. The front bumper spelled out 2002 on one side and turbo on the other, but in reverse, so drivers in front could read it in their rearview mirror before being overtaken. Only 1,672 units built before the oil crisis killed it. Porsche saw what BMW did and built the 911 Turbo 1 year later. BMW 3.0 CSL Batmobile. The car that started BMW's war against Ford and created the M division in the process. A 3.2-litre inline-6, 206 horsepower, aluminum doors, hood and trunk lid. Stripped so aggressively it weighed 440 pounds less than the standard coupe. The full aero kit with its massive rear wing was illegal on German roads, so BMW shipped it in the trunk for owners to install themselves. Only 167 Batmobiles ever built. It won the European Touring Car Championship 6 times between 1973 and 1979. Without this car, there is no M division. Without the M division, there is no M3. When BMW declared war on Ferrari, BMW M1, BMW's only mid-engine supercar, and it took 3 countries to build it. BMW designed it, Lamborghini was supposed to assemble it, then went bankrupt mid-production. The body was made in Italy, shipped to Stuttgart, and finished in Germany. A 3.5-litre inline-6, 277 horsepower, 162 miles per hour, only 453 units built. Then the racing series it was built to competing got cancelled, so BMW created their own F1 support series just to give it something to race. Andy Warhol painted one, Niki Lauda and Nelson Piquet raced them. The engine went on to power the first M5. BMW never built another mid-engine car. They never needed to. BMW E30 M3. The race car BMW was forced to sell on the street. To enter DTM touring car racing, regulations required 5,000 road-legal units, so BMW built them. A 2.3-litre inline-4, 200 horsepower, 146 miles per hour, hand-assembled at the Munich factory. It won over 1,500 races across Europe and Australia. The Sport Evolution version, 238 horsepower, only 600 units built, now sells for over $150,000. What nobody in America knew, the US version arrived with 8 horsepower less than the European spec, a standard gearbox, and a smaller fuel tank. BMW gave America a diet version of the greatest touring car ever built. The streets forgave them anyway. BMW 8 Series E31. The flagship that arrived at the worst possible moment. A 5.0-litre V12, 296 horsepower, 155 miles per hour, first BMW ever with a drive-by-wire throttle, and $73,000 at launch. Then the Gulf War hit, fuel prices spiked, and nobody wanted a V12 Grand Tourer. BMW scrapped a fully built M8 prototype, 550 horsepower, 200 miles per hour, and hid it from the public for decades. Only 30,000 units sold in 10 years. The engine that powered it later became the foundation for the McLaren F1. BMW built their greatest Grand Tourer at exactly the wrong time. The market never forgave them. History did. BMW Z3, the first James Bond car never made in Britain, and the first BMW never made in Germany. Built entirely in Spartanburg, South Carolina, with over 60% American components. A 1.9-litre inline-4, 140 horsepower, $28,750. Modest numbers for a spy car. BMW placed it in GoldenEye before a single production unit existed. The entire first year's production, 15,000 cars, sold out before one reached a dealership. BMW and Neiman Marcus planned to sell 20 special Bond Edition units through their Christmas catalogue. They sold 100 in 2 days. Bond purists were furious. America didn't care. BMW E39 M5, the last M5 built for drivers, not algorithms. A 4.9-litre V8, 394 horsepower, hand-assembled in Garching, 6-speed manual only. No automatic was ever offered. BMW quietly built one M5 touring prototype, then destroyed it without explanation. At $69,000, it ran 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, humiliating Ferraris at half the price. Hyundai and Genesis still benchmark every new sports sedan against it today. 20 years later, clean examples sell for $80,000. Some cars age. This one only gets better. The golden age nobody appreciated.
BMW E46 M3 CSL.
The most focused BMW ever built, and America never got it. A 3.2-litre inline-6, 360 horsepower, 7,900 revolutions per minute redline. BMW stripped 110 kilograms from the standard M3 using carbon fiber roof, aluminum doors, and plastic trunk lid. No radio, no air conditioning. The carbon airbox gave it a sound so distinctive that owners lined up just to hear it at idle. Only 1,383 units built, Europe only. The US got the standard M3 with 10 horsepower less and a heavier body. Today, CSLs sell for $120,000. The best M3 ever built was one Americans could never officially buy. BMW E30 M5, the last sedan BMW built without caring about the consequences. A 5.0-litre V10, 500 horsepower, 8,250 revolutions per minute redline, the same engine block cast at the same Bavarian foundry as BMW's Formula One motor. The world's first production sedan with a V10. BMW even offered a 6-speed manual, but only in North America. Europe never got it. The catch nobody warned buyers about. The rod bearings fail catastrophically, and a full engine replacement costs $50,000. BMW knew. They built it anyway. It remains the only V10 M5 ever made. They will never build another one. BMW 1M Coupe, the last BMW built like BMW used to build them. A 3.0-litre twin-turbo inline-6, 335 horsepower, assembled from leftover M3 brakes, Z4 engine, and 135i suspension. A parts bin special that became a legend anyway. Only 740 units reached the US, 3 color choices. 6-speed manual only. No options, no compromises. Richard Hammond voted it Car of the Year. BMW killed it after just 18 months. Today it sells for $30,000 above its original sticker price, more than a brand new M3. The car BMW almost didn't build became the one fans never forgot. BMW i3. Big mistake? Or 10 years too early? BMW spent $2 billion developing the world's first mass-produced car with a carbon fiber body. 170 horsepower, 81 miles of range, $42,000. Lighter than a Mini Cooper. The range extender ran on a 650 cubic centimeter motorcycle engine hidden in the trunk. BMW killed it in 2022, then watched every competitor scramble to copy the carbon fiber construction they'd abandoned. Tesla got the headlines. BMW had the technology first. Nobody remembers that now. BMW i8, the supercar powered by a Mini Cooper engine, and nobody knew. A 1.5-litre three-cylinder from the mini parts bin paired with an electric motor, 357 horsepower combined, scissor doors, $136,000. The exhaust had a hidden speaker to make the three-cylinder sound more dramatic. Mission Impossible put it on screen before a single customer car existed. BMW spent $3 billion developing it, then killed it without a replacement. The most futuristic BMW ever built. Gone before anyone fully understood it. The identity crisis.
BMW M2.
The farewell nobody wanted to hear. Confirmed in writing. A 3.0-litre twin-turbo inline-six, 365 horsepower, rear-wheel drive only, $52,000. BMW's own CEO publicly confirmed the current M2 will be the last BMW M car ever built with a pure combustion engine. After this, everything goes electric. Enthusiasts lined up overnight at dealerships. The car that started as a parts bin special, E39 M5 brakes, Z4 engine, 135i suspension, became the most important M car in decades. Not because of what it is, because of what comes after it. BMW M3/M4, G80/G82. The grille that broke the internet and sold record numbers anyway. A 3.0-litre twin-turbo inline-six, 503 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, $74,000. When BMW revealed the giant kidney grille in 2020, the internet exploded. Petitions, memes, and YouTube rants reaching millions of views. BMW's design chief received death threats. Then sales hit an all-time record. The black grille color? Specifically requested by American buyers. The car the internet tried to cancel became the best-selling M car in BMW history.
BMW XM.
For 44 years, the M division built one thing: the world's most focused driver's cars. Then they built this. A 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 hybrid, 644 horsepower, massage seats, rear lounge, £6,000, $159,000. The first standalone M car since the M1, and BMW used that freedom to build a luxury SUV. The label red version hit 738 horsepower and $185,000. It outsold every expectation. The M division didn't lose their way. They chose a new one. BMW M5G90, the most powerful M5 ever built and the heaviest. A 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 hybrid, 727 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, $119,500. 40 years of M5 history, and this is the first one that needs a plug. The problem nobody advertises: at £5,500, it weighs more than a Ford F-150. BMW's own engineers admitted it actually accelerates slower than the outgoing model, despite 150 more horsepower. The extra weight won. No manual ever offered. The E39 M5 drivers are not okay. BMW Vision Neue Klasse, BMW's biggest bet since 1962, and they named it that on purpose. Built on a brand new 800-volt platform, up to 500 miles of range, and a windshield that becomes a full-width display. The iDrive knob gone forever. But here's what nobody expected. BMW's Chinese version will run on DeepSeek AI, the same software that just rattled Silicon Valley. The company that started with a licensed copy of a British car is now betting its entire future on Hungarian factories and Chinese artificial intelligence. Full circle, just with more horsepower. From a bankrupt factory that copied a British car to survive, to a V10 sedan that scared Ferrari, to a grille so ugly it broke the internet, and sold more than any BMW in history. Nobody has ever agreed on what BMW should be. That's exactly what makes them impossible to ignore. The bubble car saved them. Ayrton Senna benchmarked them. Elvis owned them. And a Chinese AI now drives them. If it has a kidney grille, it was built to fight. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore more legendary machines together.